That day, only Kim Si-yu bravely stood up to support Kim Yun Seong, allowing him the opportunity to receive a scholarship. Moreover, there is no limit to the number of scholarships. As long as you stand by Kim Yun Seong, anyone can receive one. Rumor has it, he plans to turn the school into a stronghold, eradicating all bullies at Kim High. Kim Yun Seong also declared that anyone wishing to help him would be welcomed without hesitation. Although everyone remained hesitant, the second-year boss, Bei Sung Ho, took this very seriously. He yearned to be like Kim Si-yu and obtain that scholarship. If Kim Yun Seong needs a protector, Bei Sung Ho is completely confident in his abilities. Soon after, he secretly sought out Jo Jae-jin to verify the information. Jo Jae-jin even whispered, "This is something I'm telling you alone." Kim Yun Seong is quietly building a kingdom of his own within the school, using it as a stepping stone to sweep away all surrounding rivals. Those who dare to demonstrate strength and loyalty will surely be rewarded with a scholarship. Although Bei Sung Ho knows the scholarship is substantial, he fears that Kim Yun Seong will not accept someone who has rebelled like him. Nevertheless, he ultimately decides to give it a try, for this money holds great significance for him. Bei Sung Ho cautiously asks Kim Yun Seong if he has a moment to talk. Kim Yun Seong agrees cheerfully, causing Bei Sung Ho's heart to race. He hurriedly apologizes for past events. Kim Yun Seong tells him to get straight to the point. Bei Sung Ho honestly expresses that he is in dire need of money. "If you're looking for someone loyal and strong, why not consider me? I promise I won't let you down." Kim Yun Seong nods in agreement. But first, he must undergo a test. It isn't long before Bei Sung Ho gathers all the third-year bullies. They even think that Bei Sung Ho aims to replace a position to become the new big boss. Today, they will set the rules for him. But when Bei Sung Ho appears, all eyes are drawn to his bruised face. "All you third years, listen up. From today onward, I am a subordinate of Kim Yun Seong. If anyone doesn't want to follow him, raise your hand, but be prepared to take a beating if you dare to do so. Life cannot be managed alone." Surprisingly, the challenge Kim Yun Seong referred to is to beat him up. "Do not resist. Right now, I need a loyal dog. You must do as I say. The rewards will be for those who obey." Bei Sung Ho is treated like a dog by Kim Yun Seong. And though it pains him deeply, when he looks at the transfer amount, he instantly feels it is all worth it. Furthermore, Kim Yun Seong added, "As a reward for your loyalty, you will receive a scholarship tomorrow. As long as you remain loyal to me, I will always protect you. If you dare betray your master, I will not hesitate to tear you into 100 pieces." Bei Sung Ho wondered if he was losing his self-respect. He truly felt as if he were treated like a dog. Yet, with no other choice, that enormous sum, 500 million, was something he could hardly achieve solely through strength. Soon after, Bei Sung Ho summoned all the thugs of the 5th and 3rd ranks. He declared that from this moment on, everyone must obey Kim Yun Seong. Naturally, the 5th and 3rd rank thugs could not accept this. Bei Sung Ho immediately utilized his power to assert his dominance. "Do not mistake that fighters cannot defeat you simply because they obey. I have chosen to endure for that monster, Shin Young-min. Now that Shin Young-min is no more, take a good look at your own strength. Remember this well. From now on, Kim Yun Seong is our god. Whatever he commands, you must obey. Anyone who dares to oppose will find themselves sent to hell by my own hands. Above all, remember this. As long as you please Kim Yun Seong, receiving a scholarship will no longer be a dream. Therefore, you must absolutely worship our God. He will surely bestow blessings upon you." The next day, when Park Jin-woo heard this news, he thought that Bei Sung Ho had completely lost control. Previously, he had angered Kim Yun Seong, and now he had become a loyal dog. Moreover, Kim Yun Seong would not be able to pay him that large sum right from the start. At that moment, he noticed many classmates gathering in front of the notice board, clearly displaying Bei Sung Ho's name as the recipient of the Kim Zong Award. A cold sweat broke out immediately. He wondered what connection Kim Yun Seong had with the Hungman Corporation. Bei Sung Ho seemed unfazed. But how could Ho Young-ki and Jo Jae-jin escape unscathed? Jo Jae-jin casually remarked, "I only followed Kim Yun Seong's orders, which is why I received the scholarship. But let me remind you, be more careful in the future. Definitely do not provoke Kim Yun Seong, or you will end up like the remnants of my reputation." Bei Sung Ho could not have imagined that Kim Yun Seong truly intended to turn Thien Nyat School into his kingdom. How could he possibly continue to study in peace after this? As the situation shifted, the one who had entrusted the mission to Vang Bang expressed his dissatisfaction. I heard that Bang Bang possesses extraordinary power, which is why I entrusted you with this task. If you cannot handle Kim Yun Seong, I will inform the other members that Bang Bang's power is merely a legend. A confident broker stated, "You need not worry, this time we will surely succeed." It turned out they had dispatched Bang Bang's assassin, Choi Tae-jun. Choi Tae-jun would enroll as a transfer student at Theme Yacht School to eliminate Kim Yun Seong. Initially, the principal was unwilling to accept him, but the city's education director made a special request. Choi Tae-jun claimed that the education director was a friend of his father. However, the principal was utterly unconvinced. Such coercive actions against students would lead to severe consequences if reported. But why did they still have to act this way? Could he be a mercenary sent by Bang Bang? Even if that were true, I cannot allow him to act freely here. The principal emphasized, "Our Theme Yacht School is the most prestigious institution. If you violate the rules, even if your father is a friend of the education director, I will show no mercy." Choi Tae-jun paid little heed to this warning. Upon entering the new class, he ran into an old acquaintance, Park Jin-woo. 6 months prior, Choi Tae-jun had just joined Bang Bang. He wanted to expand his connections. Back then, he thought Park Jin-woo was worthless, but now he could glean valuable information about this school from him. Park Jin-woo indicated that there was nothing particularly special about the school. But there was one thing to be cautious of. There's a kid named Kim Yun Seong, you absolutely must not touch him. He is not only strong in fights but also has a tremendously powerful background. Choi Tae-jun scoffed. Didn't you used to call yourself a big shot? Why are you so scared now? Park Jin-woo awkwardly responded. Just don't worry about it, just avoid provoking him. The mission that Bang Bang assigned to Choi Tae-jun was to make Kim Yun Seong voluntarily drop out within 6 months. For Choi Tae-jun, this was a simple task. Wasn't it just a matter of frequently bullying him, turning the school into a terrifying place for him? Therefore, he planned to find an opportunity to confront Kim Yun Seong, to provoke all the students into isolating him. This task would not require more than half a year. In less than a month, Kim Yun Seong would be expelled from the school. Choi Tae-jun's confidence was not born out of mere chance. Within the Bang Bang, those who reached S rank were few and far between. Only 1% of newcomers could achieve a rank, while B rank was merely above the national average. Despite being a first-year student, Choi Tae-jun had also reached B rank in the Bang Bang assessments. He wanted Park Jin-woo to take him on a tour of Kim Yun Seong's class. Unfortunately, Kim Yun Seong was in class. Park Jin-woo immediately sensed something amiss. Choi Tae-jun wasted no time in confronting him. "You punk, how dare you lay a finger on me?" Park Jin-woo suddenly turned pale, terror overwhelming him. Kim Yun Seong coldly declared, "Your approach is all too predictable. I have paid you no mind. Are you deliberately provoking me? But ask yourself if you possess the strength to bear the consequences." Before Choi Tae-jun could react, a sudden punch struck him. The scene before him left Choi Tae-jun in shock. He witnessed Park Jin-woo kneeling, pleading for mercy. "I had no ulterior motives in bringing him here. This fool is the one who instigated. Please, spare me this time." Despite Choi Tae-jun's lingering confusion, how could this despicable wretch betray me? Ever since Bei Sung Ho publicly declared his support for Kim Yun Seong, the atmosphere at Tien-ri School had been charged with unrest. Anyone daring to slander Kim Yun Seong behind his back would find Bei Sung Ho swiftly intervening to take action. Yet, the students did not despise this shift. Instead, they relished it, for the reign of Shin Young-myung had always been steeped in violence. However, once Bei Sung Ho received a scholarship and became the protector of Tien-ri's interests, the weak bullies began to pay the price. He would never allow violence to reign, and Tien-ri School stepped into a long-forgotten era of peace. Now, as Choi Tae-jun sought to provoke once more, Park Jin-woo could envision the impending storm. Thus, he feared and knelt, begging Kim Yun Seong for mercy. Choi Tae-jun felt lost. "I considered you a friend, yet you stabbed me in the back." Park Jin-woo lunged forward. A transfer student dares to challenge a teacher, but when confronted, Park Jin-woo was no match for him. Choi Tae-jun reminded, "Do you not remember who I am? I single-handedly faced an entire wrestling team. And before graduating, I received an invitation to join the Bang Bang with the rank of B assassin. A mere 3 punches are all it takes to bring you down. And you dare to provoke me?" Kim Yun Seong observed from the side. The scenario was truly laughable. Choi Tae-jun could not fathom how arrogant this fool was. Today, You will not escape this school. But just then, the school bell rang, and Choi Tae-jun could only leave a threatening remark. You wait for me after class. I am one who does not forget a grudge. Back in the classroom, Choi Tae-jun suddenly sensed the atmosphere had grown tense. His classmates and teachers occasionally stole glances at him, and when the teacher requested a group discussion of four, no one would even acknowledge him. Even as the teacher tried to force the students to team up with Choi Tae-jun, they fiercely opposed. Choi Tae-jun was bewildered by the unfolding events. After class, he called over a meek-looking bespectacled student, preparing to use this weakling to teach the entire class a lesson. The class was gathering to conspire against the new bespectacled student, planning to turn him into their prey, to assert their dominance. Suddenly, Boy Tan Hao and a group of friends stormed in, their voices booming. Who is the transfer student? Step forward. This is Tien Ri. In the Tien Ri school, no one dared to touch Kim Yun Seong. Choi Tae-jun could no longer endure. Was the entire school insane? Why did everyone blindly support Kim Yun Seong like this? Bui Tan Hao made a move but was elbowed away by Choi Tae-jun. Seeing Bui Tan Hao rise like an unkillable cockroach, he charged again. Choi Tae-jun's fury erupted. He could not fathom why people revered Kim Yun Seong so intensely. Bui Tan Hao was struck hard in the stomach, yet he remained standing. Choi Tae-jun thought he had missed his target, but he could not let go. In an instant, he seized Bui Tan Hao's head and slammed it down onto the table. Ultimately, Bui Tan Hao was brought down. Choi Tae-jun believed this would surely instill fear in everyone, yet the others showed no signs of concern. They even charged in to attack him. Choi Tae-jun could hardly believe their shamelessness. Wasn't it a fundamental rule to fight one-on-one? A bunch of cowards. Just rush in. To his astonishment, someone was lurking and playing tricks from behind. Choi Tae-jun roared, "Are you willing to sacrifice your honor just to win? You're the only one left, right?" Suddenly, three figures emerged from behind. He had indeed knocked Bui Tan Hao down. "Then let's all come together," Choi Tae-jun declared. "Everyone, come at me, and I shall sweep you away in one fell swoop." At that moment, Bui Tan Hao stood up again. Choi Tae-jun said, "Just stay down. Why remain loyal to a mere freshman?" Bui Tan Hao replied, "There's no loyalty here. It hardly matters." That day, after he defeated the third-year group, he received a reward from Gao Chong Fan that very night. At this moment, he pondered, what if I take down someone from the Golden Jade? What would happen then? The rewards wouldn't stop at just 1 or 2 million. Even if I don't defeat my opponent, they would surely spare no expense in rewarding me. Bui Tan Hao spoke to his master. This one is a powerful monster, far beyond what we can imagine. Even if we join forces, it will be difficult to defeat him, but we cannot afford to lose. If we disappoint Yun Seong, it would be utterly unacceptable. Bui Tan Hao had earned 5 million from being a punching bag for Yun Seong, along with a 10 million scholarship and 1 million in pocket money. In just a few days, he had amassed such a vast fortune. How could he abandon Yun Seong and forsake these precious benefits? Yun Seong's assistant, Bui Tan Hao, brought along 10 second-year students to battle. Yet they could not match Choi Tae-jun. After all, he had made his first day at this new school quite challenging. He loathed this school. It truly felt like a cult of false worship. Ordinary people, if they cannot win, would not dare to risk their lives. Yet, Bui Tan Hao was like those deranged souls. If there were more of these madmen, I would find myself in grave danger. If this situation continues, it will be impossible to isolate Yun Seong. This man has turned the school into a solid fortress. There is only one way left. A direct assault. Just by breaking one of Kim Yun Seong's arms, the intermediary could report back to the higher-ups. As Choi Tae-jun stepped out of the classroom, he was suddenly shoved hard by someone. To his surprise, it was none other than Kim Yun Seong's homeroom teacher. The teacher's gaze radiated determination, as if he was ready to punish Choi Tae-jun. When Choi Tae-jun attempted to retaliate, the homeroom teacher appeared out of nowhere, preventing any escalation. It turned out that just 2.5 minutes earlier, Tien Du Chan had reported the situation to him. The homeroom teacher asked Kim Yun Seong, "Did he mention the next step?" Park Jin-woo replied, "He told us to handle it ourselves." This left the homeroom teacher feeling perplexed. But regardless, Choi Tae-jun could not be allowed to escape so easily. Perhaps this was my chance to prove my worth. It was the perfect moment for me to draw closer to him. Thus, the homeroom teacher decided to teach him a lesson he would never forget. He dragged Choi Tae-jun into the office. Without hesitation, he slapped him hard across the face. Choi Tae-jun screamed, "Damn it, how dare you hit me?" You can't lay a hand on a student like that. Don't expect to remain a teacher anymore. The homeroom teacher coldly responded. It seems you still don't grasp the situation. Do you? You just transferred and already sent a classmate to the hospital, causing the seniors to tremble in fear. This entire class is in disarray because of you. And now you dare to threaten a teacher? If you have guts, go find your dad, that powerful friend of yours, and file a complaint. Do you think this incident could cost me my job? Don't dream foolishly. I don't know how many brats like you I've dealt with. No matter what you do, no one in this office will believe you. No one will stand up to testify for you. I can hit you at will, but you will never have any evidence against me. This punch is from Park Jin-woo. This one is from Bei Sung Ho. And this slap is from some second-year nobody. That night, Choi Tae-jun called the intermediary. The Tien Nyat school was like a pack of frenzied wolves. Whether teachers or students, everyone seemed haunted by something, becoming so bizarre it was hard to believe. Alone, I could not cope with this situation. The intermediary also did not think things would become so complicated. If the task was not completed, his reputation would crumble. He emphasized that Choi Tae-jun must learn to protect himself. I will find a solution immediately. Then, the intermediary rushed to the central area to seek the education director. He remarked that the principal of Tien Nyat School showed no leniency to anyone. I hope you can apply pressure on their superiors. The education director Van Zong in the central area immediately called education director Kim Hai. I've heard that the teachers at Tien Nyat School are quite partial to one particular student. Can you step in to resolve this, however? The other party coldly replied. You are the regional education director. Why intervene in Kim Hai's affairs? Is this not an improper act? Van Zong responded. Do you think I am unaware? The issue of corruption in Kim Hai's education. If you don't show me some respect, don't blame me for exposing all of you. But the director of Kim Hai Education reminded him of the presence of Bang Nok. If we turn against each other, do you have the confidence to survive? I advise you to stop immediately. Whether it is you or I, tearing each other apart will only lead to disaster. It turns out that the director of Kim Hai Education is the brother of the principal of Tien Nyat School. He acted this way out of fear. Bang Nok is not an organization to provoke lightly. I fear that neither of us will come out unscathed. The principal reassured him not to worry. The next chairman of the happiness group, Gao Chong Fan, is the one who can truly benefit us. You need not fear that our corruption will be exposed. The child we are especially taking care of is far more intelligent than we imagined. You will never lose your position as education director. The next day, Choi Tae-jun experienced isolation for the first time. Everyone went for physical education class, yet no one informed him. Everywhere, whispers about him echoed like sharp blades. Choi Tae-jun could no longer endure it. He immediately messaged his brothers in the area, demanding they gather at Kim Hai. Shortly after, he began to draw attention from surrounding schools to pressure Tien Nyat. This action would surely create pressure on Kim Hyun Seong. That day, while Choi Tae-jun was enjoying his lunch, Kim Hyun Seong unexpectedly appeared. Sitting across from him, emotions surged within Choi Tae-jun. Let's just deal with him once and for all. Kim Hyun Seong said, I heard that the director of Kim Hai Education taught you a lesson. Choi Tae-jun disdainfully replied, you are merely the king of a trivial place. Are you being complacent? But outside of school, if it's one-on-one with me, you are nothing. At that moment, from behind, someone suddenly shoved him down onto the dining table. If you know I am the king of Tien Nyat School, why do you dare to be here? Do you have the courage to invade another's territory? Choi Tae-jun was cornered. He shouted, using force to suppress me is nothing but shameful. Kim Hyun Seong coldly replied, I admit you are indeed very strong. You are a top assassin. If our strengths were equal, I would find a way to defeat you. But at this moment, I do not have the strength to confront you. So I need to close the gap between us. Strike him. With a simple command, the pack of followers lunged at Choi Tae-jun like a pride of hungry wolves, raining blows upon him. In that chaotic moment, Park Jin-woo shouted, everyone, stand back. Choi Tae-jun felt his back was on the verge of breaking. Before he could recover from the excruciating pain, the punch from Bei Sung Ho struck him like a thunderbolt. In this struggle, battered and besieged by a storm of attacks, no matter how strong Choi Tae-jun was, resistance seemed futile. As his rage surged, a cold hand seized his arm tightly. If you lose an arm, I will surely defeat you. A crack echoed, sounding like bones shattering, followed by Choi Tae-jun's anguished scream. Trembling, he gasped, you are a madman. Kim Hyun Seong tightened his grip. Now, I offer you two paths. First, complete Bang Nok's mission, but I will break your left arm. ensuring you live in torment like hell in school every day. Second, become my underling. Deceive Vang Nok into believing you have completed the task. And then be mine. Complete Vang Bak's mission, but I will shatter your left arm, forcing you to endure nightly nightmares at school. Second, become my minion. Trick Vang Bak into thinking the mission is done, and then belong to me. Choi Tae-jun clearly refused to shed tears before seeing the coffin. You want me to betray Vang Bak? You must be dreaming. Kim Yun Seong suddenly glanced at Bui Tanhao. If I offer you 100 million, would you dare to stab him? If you don't have the guts, I'll find someone else. I'm not asking you to kill him for real. I will immediately call an ambulance for him. You just need to let him recover and leave some lingering effects. Everyone present was shocked by this proposal. Seeing their silence, Kim Yun Seong continued, think carefully. How long would it take you to earn 100 million through honest work? But now, I only need about 3 seconds to help you. Moreover, we are still students. With this level of injury, even if we went to prison, it wouldn't be for long. We will tell the police it was just a prank, not an intentional stabbing. After all, in Kim High, no one would believe his words. Park Sung Ho was finally persuaded. You said that if I fulfilled my duty, there would be a worthy reward. Kim Yun Seong asserted that this was merely a transaction. Park Sung Ho happily accepted the deal. You all hold him tight. Don't let the stab go wrong. Seeing his opponent suddenly become serious, Choi Tae-jun panicked and shouted, I'll choose the second option. Mr. Kim swiftly stopped Park Sung Ho, speaking of the determination he had just shown. I will reward you handsomely. Mr. Kim said, today, I will spare him. Then, Mr. Kim revealed Choi Tae-jun's address and mentioned he had a younger sister. He warned Choi Tae-jun, I am far more terrifying than you can imagine. As long as anyone dares to obstruct my path, I will trade my entire life to confront them, crushing everything they possess. I ask you once more, do you wish to remain in the warm embrace of gold or become my lackey? Choi Tae-jun finally felt the rising tide of fear. He bowed his head, his voice sinking. I choose to be your lackey. Kim Yun Seong patted his head, as though comforting a loyal dog. Your choice is indeed wise. Park Sung Ho anxiously asked, is it safe to let him go like this? Kim Yun Seong firmly stated that if he dared to betray, he would make him taste the bitterness of consequences. After class, check your account. I will transfer the reward to you. Bring Jo Jae-jin here immediately. Without letting anyone know, the next day, shocking news broke over the loudspeakers, confirming that Kim Yun Seong and Park Sung Ho had a dispute. Now, no matter who criticized Kim Yun Seong, Park Sung Ho dared not step forward to defend him. Swiftly, whispers began to circulate, debating whether they should isolate Kim Yun Seong. This was all a trap set by Kim Yun Seong. He was waiting for a foolish big fish to get caught in his net. Ever since Go Bin was appointed as the permanent director of Kong Tin Group, his younger brother, Go Bong, could not sit still. He immediately summoned the senior executives to hold an urgent meeting. If this situation continued, their father would surely pass the position of succession to Go Bin. Director Kim Chul-young quickly recognized this. I believe there is someone we have yet to discover who stands behind him. Your previous infidelity was only exposed because someone reported it. The only one benefiting from this incident was Go Bin. Go Bin, who had started as a lowly employee on the construction site, toiling diligently each day. When the incident occurred on site, he managed everything in a way that pleased the chairman. If it were the Go Bin of the past, do you think he could pull off such things? These events were not mere coincidences. They had been meticulously planned. Surely, there was someone supporting him from behind. The problem was, we still did not know who that was. We must employ every means to uncover the one behind this. In the following days, Go Bong secretly monitored his brother, but yielded no results. This left him deeply dissatisfied with the incompetence of his subordinates. Suddenly, unexpected information was uncovered. The monthly expenditures of Director Go Bin were rife with irregularities. A colossal sum was funneled into this school, covering everything from scholarships to sports facilities. However, Go Bong dismissed this crucial piece of the puzzle. He thought Go Bin's extravagant spending habits were merely trivial matters. 3 years ago, to pay off debts to a bar dance group, he had endured his father's wrath. We don't have the time to investigate them. This was the phone number that Go Bong saved. Receiving calls he chose to ignore. Shortly after, the other party sent him a message full of questions. A message arrived, bearing the contents. I am the one supporting Director Go Bin from the shadows. I wish to have a private conversation with you. It turned out that Go Bin had discovered someone was tailing him. Thus he called to remind Kim Yun Seong to be cautious. I feel you are in a perilous situation. It is highly likely that Go Bong is searching for you everywhere. Kim Yun Seong flashed a mischievous smile. Are you worried that Go Bong will bring me more advantages? Go Bin was taken aback, hurriedly justifying. I am not. Kim Yun Seong gently inquired. Do you trust me? If so, help me find the phone number of another individual. On this matter, Go Bong had asked the director what to do after uncovering the one behind it all. Kim Chol-young stated there were two options. Bring him to our side to defeat Go Bin. If he refuses to join, we must eliminate him. Shortly thereafter, Go Bong called Kim Yun Seong and candidly invited him to join his team. Go Bin only has a high school diploma, while I graduated from a prestigious university. He wallows night and day in bars, while I have accumulated vast experience at the Kang Tin Group. Thus, the chance of Go Bin becoming chairman is almost non-existent. You know that is an undeniable truth, which is why you sought me out, right? Kim Yun Seong asserted. I may agree, but I have one condition. Go Bong, not waiting to hear more, nodded in immediate agreement. I am prepared to meet all your demands. Upon returning, everyone inquired about the outcome of the negotiations. Go Bong announced he did not make any special demands, only wishing for the position of company director. Director Kim Chol-young immediately displayed a look of confusion. You don't know who he is, yet you have assigned him such an important position? I believe you need to think very carefully. Go Bong unexpectedly slammed the table and shouted. What right do you have to speak to me? When that man exposed my secrets, where were you all? A person capable of wanting to join our company. But what significance does the position of director hold? Do not merely gaze at the present, have a broader perspective. Kim Chol-young countered. This matter is not as simple as that. The Kang Tin Group is a traditional enterprise. Our leaders have dedicated over 20 years to the company. Go Bong immediately interrupted. Do not say any more. It is these traditional thoughts that hinder our development. When I become chairman, this company will undergo a revolution. Just remember one thing, when I become chairman, I will surely reward those who are sitting here. Is that enough? Kim Chol-young did not expect that he would support him unconditionally. Yet in the end, he would lose his position. He also understood that Go Bong, a selfish and arrogant individual, was far from a good person. But compared to Go Bin, who is indifferent to the company, at least Go Bong will put in more effort. At that moment, his phone suddenly rang with an unfamiliar number. The other party spoke. Do you feel very uncomfortable right now? Speak honestly with me. I never intended to become the director of the company. I only wanted to show you the stark difference between Go Bong and Go Bin. The Kang Tin Group is a traditional enterprise. Not everyone can step into the director's chair. If Go Bong truly understood the meaning of the chairman's position, he would not allow me to occupy this seat so easily. Thus, I sincerely hope you can assist Go Bin. Now, Go Bin is no longer the fool he once was. Kim Chol-young said solemnly. I cannot commit such an act of betrayal. This is not betrayal. I simply do not wish for you to be deceived. A lifetime of effort, only to be cast aside mercilessly. A few days later, Kim Chol-young sought out Go Bin and asked directly. Who is behind you? Go Bin replied. This is something I cannot disclose to you. Kim Chol-young did not press further but began to reminisce about Go Bin's childhood memories. I remember you were captivated by following the chairman to the construction site since you were young. There was a time when you helped carry bricks and fell over. I could hardly believe my eyes. Just seeing you grow up healthy beside the chairman brings comfort to my heart. Thus, I placed a great deal of hope in you. But as you grew, you change. The Kang Tin Group is on the rise. Yet you only indulge in play and cause trouble. I feel you are unworthy of being chairman. It is Go Bong, the one who works harder. That is the rightful choice. Because both your father and I dedicated our lives to the Kang Tin Group. I cannot entrust the company to a fool who cannot even manage his own life. Yet, not long ago, you experienced a transformation. Who helps you is of no importance, as long as you can yield results for the company. Therefore, the Kang Tin Group truly needs you in the future. The one behind the attack on Kim Yun Seong is none other than the class monitor he secretly admires. Before long, Kim Yun Seong spread false rumors that he had conflicts with Bei Sung Ho. Choi Tae-jun informed him of his classmates' reactions. In Kim Yun Seong's mind, he had outlined the three most promising candidates. The first was Lu Tran-an, the top student of the first semester. Kim Yun Seong's rising achievements became increasingly irksome to him. The second was Lee Chan-hang. At the beginning of this semester, Kim Yun Seong had a conflict with him, leading to a fierce battle. Though he was somewhat self-conscious and weak, his family owned thousands of square meters of land. Ultimately, Choi Thien-na was no less formidable. Her father was a high-ranking official. Her midterm scores had surpassed Kim Yun Seong. Yet in subsequent examinations, she suddenly fell behind. Kim Yun Seong had been sending signals to all three of these individuals throughout this time. But in the end, only one remained. The next day, Kim Yun Seong's football class was lively, and there stood a girl nearby. She hesitated, uncertain whether to confess her feelings to him. That person was none other than Kim Yun Seong, whom she had been silently observing. Choi Thien could not advise Kim Yun Seong, as he was no longer the exemplary student he once was. If she befriended him, she might find herself swept into his tumultuous world. Yet Choi Thien Na insisted that it was others who provoked him. Without hesitation, she approached him, preparing to seize the moment to express her feelings. Kim Yun Seong smiled gently and said, "I have something I wish to share with you. Let us find a secluded place." As Jack was about to begin, their absence stirred anxiety in Go Kai Kai. Suddenly, he received a distress call from Choi Thien Na. Choi Thien Na felt a surge of fear as Kim Yun Seong led her into the sports storage room. He kept telling himself that the other was a good student, surely not capable of anything outrageous. However, Kim Yun Seong locked the door directly behind them. He then asked, "There have been many incidents lately. Do you know why? For behind them lurked an unseen puppeteer? Thus, I set a trap, conveying certain information to the three individuals I suspected. The first piece of information I sent was that I had been feeling tired lately and was preparing to transfer schools. If he was the one pulling the strings, he would certainly rejoice. The second piece of information I dispatched was that I had quarreled with them. If he was indeed the mastermind, he would undoubtedly come after me immediately. The information I sent to you stated that I had been very exhausted recently. But I could still endure. If you were behind this, you would surely urge them to act swiftly." After hearing all this, what do you think? Not long after, Oh Hai-ji called in a panic, asking what had happened to Choi San-ya. "Is Kim Yun Seong bullying you?" It was Kim Yun Seong hiding behind, saying, "Choi San-ya, please go outside first." Under Oh Hai-ji's confused gaze, Choi San-ya obediently stepped out. Immediately, Kim Yun Seong shut the door, leaving no room for doubt. Although Choi San-ya had many questions, for one reason, I could be certain that he was not the puppet master. It turned out that Kim Yun Seong had tasked Go Bin with investigating these three individuals. And Choi San-ya had a unique backstory. His brother had chosen to end his own life due to the torment of bullies. Consequently, his parents moved to Kinhai to ensure his safety. Therefore, Choi San-ya harbored a deep-seated hatred for bullies. He vowed to support me, for I had bravely confronted violence. Thus, only one conclusion remained. Choi San-ya had shared misleading information with the puppeteer. And that person was your father. A wretched scoundrel. Oh Hai-ji attempted to flee, bewildered as to why you suspected her, insisting it was not her doing. Yet the door was locked from the outside. Oh Hai-ji turned back, urging him to remain calm. "Haven't we always had a good relationship? Why would I do something like this? Surely San-ya has entrusted this matter." He sees your scores rising, so he starts to complain. You also know that his father is a senior official, and Vang Don always has connections with people like that. Kim Yun Seong did not expect that guy to confess like that. "I have never criticized Vang Don in front of you." After revealing herself, Oh Hai-ji can no longer hold back. "You bastard, this is all your fault. If you had not been indifferent to me, perhaps things would have been different." It turns out that a few months ago, Oh Hai-ji fell in love at first sight with Kim Yun Seong. Not only because of his beauty but also due to his character, achievements, and outstanding athletic talent. But the problem is, other girls are also very fond of him, and when they express their feelings, they are all rejected. Oh Hai-ji fears that she too will face a similar fate. So she decides to experiment first, daring not to confess directly. Each time she sees Kim Yun Seong eagerly helping her with her studies, Oh Hai-ji comforts herself, believing that he does not dislike her. Moreover, she asks her friends to inquire about the type of girl he likes. Kim Yun Seong has said that perhaps he likes girls who are artists, those who are cheerful and optimistic. This fills Oh Hai-ji with confidence. She prepares a gift and a love letter to confess her feelings to Kim Yun Seong. However, contrary to her expectations, Kim Yun Seong rejects her. Oh Hai-ji, who grew up in a wealthy family, experiences failure for the first time, and this very thing makes her loathe Kim Yun Seong. To exact revenge, "Did you entrust it to Vang Don?" Oh Hai-ji angrily screams. "Did you not say I was your ideal type? Why do you not like me but still seduce me? But I did not expect things to become so serious. I only hope you can feel the despair I am experiencing. I promise I won't act this way again. Please give me a chance." He raises his hand and says, I do not reject you out of hatred, but because I do not have time to socialize with others. The snacks and electronic devices you bring, I cannot even have. No matter how much I may like you, I must refuse. Do you not feel as if you were witnessing a glimmer of hope? Why did you not speak the truth from the beginning? If you had, perhaps I would not have to endure this. So can we go back to how things were before? Kim Yun Seong suddenly grabs his hair. It is already too late. I will tear you apart piece by piece. Everything you are enjoying, I will destroy. You will never understand why I am so ruthless. At this moment, I have not become a mere shell of a person because my family has lived in hell for 10 years. It is thanks to my determination to fight with gritted teeth. People like you have pushed me into hell, and those who hide behind you are also you. Next, you should find yourself a skilled plastic surgeon. Just then, the homeroom teacher appeared unexpectedly, his eyes widening in shock at the scene before him. Are you bullying a girl? Kim Yun Seong explained. He is the one who commissioned the Golden Group. The teacher immediately shifted his attitude, if he truly was the one behind the Golden Group's commission. Though my feelings for you are genuine, I must refuse. Do you see any hope? Why did you not dare to express your heart that day? Had you spoken up, perhaps I would not have achieved this position. So, can we return to how things once were? Kim Yun Seong suddenly grasped his hair tightly. It was already too late. I shall utterly crush you. Every moment you revel in your delight, I will tear it apart. You cannot comprehend the depths of my cruelty. To attain this power, I have yet to become a mere shadow. My family has been ensnared in misfortune, enduring 10 years of hell, all because I fought with every ounce of my strength. The ones who pushed me into the abyss are people like you. Stealthily recording every moment, you best find a skilled plastic surgeon next. At that moment, the homeroom teacher unexpectedly appeared. The sight before him left him in shock. Have you started hitting women? Kim Yun Seong clarified. He is the one commissioned by the Silver Group. The homeroom teacher immediately changed his demeanor. If he truly was the agent of the Silver Group, no matter how severe the beating was, he must still pay for his sins. I will strive to handle this matter. However, Kim Yun Seong interjected, you don't need to do anything, just take him home. Seeing his daughter nearly unrecognizable from the beating, Oh Son Sam screamed, I will make you all pay for this. Kim Yun Seong, go Ben, I will throw them into prison. But first, he must clarify why the Silver Group was exposed. Meanwhile, the phone remained connected. At that moment, Kim Yun Seong quickly called the intermediary of the Silver Group in this city. Seeing his daughter, Oh Hai-ji, beaten almost beyond recognition, Oh Son Sam immediately dialed, demanding that the Silver Group's intermediary take full responsibility. Did you not promise you would never fail? I will inform the other commissioners about this. But the intermediary, Go San too, replied indifferently, do as you wish, our transaction has ended. As you stated, the Silver Group has never failed. If I break the rules, what do you think will happen to me? That is why I have handed over all evidence of our transaction to Kim Yun Seong. To survive, I must create an escape for myself. Oh Son Sam shouted in fury. Then, let us together embrace our own destruction. I will expose you first, revealing the existence of the Golden Circle Society. No one shall leave this place unscathed. Jung Son-soo, indifferent, hung up the phone immediately. The reason for his haste was the call he had just received from Kim Yun Seong. You are the intermediary for the Golden Circle Society in this city, aren't you, Jung Son-soo? I just dropped Oh Hai-ji off at home. Jung Son-soo could never have imagined that not only did he know the name of the client, Oh Hai-ji, but he also had his phone number. In that instant, the betrayal of Choi Tae-gun became as clear as day. Kim Yun Seong warned that you had uncovered the identity of the client, thus turning into a grave threat to the Golden Circle Society. Now, the only option left for the society was to silence Oh Son Sam and you forever. At that moment, from behind Jung Son-soo, two knife-wielding figures emerged like shadows. Kim Yun Seong continued, do you wish to live? If you desire to survive, report to your superiors that this mission has concluded successfully. Tell them I have been dealt with, and the client is quite satisfied. After that, Choi Tae-gun would fulfill his role as well. Just then, after ending the call, Oh Son Sam and Jung Son-soo heard the doorbell ring. Upon opening the door, they were met by a sight that filled them with dread. It was Kim Yun Seong. He strode in, sitting upright on the sofa, commanding Oh Son Sam to cease his meaningless chatter. Sit down at once. I have two choices for you. The first is to take revenge on me. If you choose this path, you must report this matter to the police. Once you do that, I will make all of Jung Son-soo's documents public. But the Golden Circle Society will not crumble because of it. On the contrary, you and Jung Son-soo will face annihilation. You will be thrown into prison. And Oh Hae-ji will also suffer the consequences. This is the bleak future awaiting you both. Interestingly, you will endure a sentence of at least 3 years, while your daughter will only spend a few months there. Do you think that while you languish behind bars, what will become of Oh Hae-ji? With her father imprisoned, do you think I will allow Oh Hae-ji to live in peace? Oh Son-sam, filled with rage, shouted, "Are you threatening us? Do you think you will be safe?" Kim Yun-sung replied confidently. "You cannot harm me. I have Go-bin backing me. I will make Go-bin hurt Oh Hae-ji's eyes." Just hearing this, Oh Hae-ji trembled in fear, nearly losing her composure. Kim Yun-sung extended his hand behind him as he said, "You have another choice." He drew a knife and threw it on the ground. "Do it yourself. Render this demon incapable of causing harm." With that, Kim Yun-sung turned and walked away. His mother shouted, "What are you saying? Are you crazy? Honey, call the police right now. He has gone outside. I told you to call the police immediately." Yet, Oh Son-sam knelt on the ground, staring intently at the knife. He was right. If this matter were exposed, I would surely end up in prison. How could we possibly deal with the Yun-sung Corporation and Go-bin? My family, my career. Who will take responsibility? Without me, can you protect Hai-Tri? I told you not to indulge the children. Upon hearing this, Oh Hae-ji immediately dashed outside. She saw the madness in her father's eyes. Oh Son-sam, in protecting his interests and position, had begun to act ruthlessly. No matter how much Oh Hae-ji cried out, it was all in vain. Jung Son-soo asked, "Even if Oh Son-sam chooses the second path, you don't intend to end the story like this, do you?" Kim Yun-sung coldly warned, "I will expose all his illegal actions. If Oh Son-sam dares to resist, I will call the police and report him for domestic violence. He will lose everything, his useless family will be left with nothing. He will be nothing but a cripple, living alone in this cold, cruel world." Jung Son-soo could hardly believe the ruthlessness of the man before him. Kim Yun-sung said that if the Golden Circle ever learned the truth, he had a proposal for him. It was to infiltrate their ranks like the Trojan horse. "Are you pursuing the Golden Circle just for money? Why not earn it through me?" Kim Yun-sung continued with a devilish smile. Jung Son-soo couldn't help but laugh at his audacity. "Is it just you, relying on the Kwang Tin group? Who dares to be so arrogant?" Jung Son-soo scoffed, responding, "I admit, my goal in joining the Golden Circle was to ascend to the upper echelons. The Golden Circle has the power to make that a reality. I have placed my very life in their hands, precisely because of the terror this organization instills. And now, you want me to trust you? To rely on the Kwang Tin group to undertake such a dangerous gamble? Absolutely not." Jung Son-soo's voice was filled with doubt and disdain. He fully understood the risks of betraying the Golden Circle and would not easily be lured by Kim Yun-sung into such a perilous scheme, especially when facing a powerful organization. Kim Yun-sung suddenly mentioned the term, "Heavenly Realm." "If in the next 2 years I let you oversee the members of the Heavenly Realm, it will be an opportunity you cannot afford to miss." The Heavenly Realm consists of the top clients of the Golden Circle, those who gather the most outstanding talents. Within the Golden Circle, there will be high-level intermediaries dedicated to the members of the Heavenly Realm. Taking on the responsibility for those within the Celestial Realm grants an immensely high status. Thus, the intermediary who assumes this role will receive colossal rewards. Most importantly, the intermediary of the Celestial Realm will be regarded as part of the Celestial Realm itself. Jung Son-soo could hardly believe that this man held so many secrets. "So, do you have a way to help me become the exclusive intermediary for the Celestial Realm?" Kim Yun-sung assured him that as long as he remains silent for the next month,